Good day, YouTubers. Welcome back to my channel. Time for a spot of royal tea. Are Prince Harry and Meghan in greater danger now that they are outside of England, living in Canada, jet-setting between the U.S. and Canada? This is Skippy Inskip and his wife Laura. And they are having their first baby. And Harry and Meghan have just been passed over as godparents. And they seem rather upset about it. There's another couple, which is Charlie Van Strubenzie and Daisy, and their first child is coming. And now Harry and Meghan are love bombing them, sending them notes and Archie clothes and such like that because they screwed up. So we'll talk about both of these things. In terms of the danger, a royal security expert said, quote, "The truth is there are 3 men now in custody who were plotting to do harm to Harry. That will not go away, unfortunately. The truth is, like it or not, there are a lot of nasty people in the world." And then he goes on to mention that his father, Prince Charles, is still the colonel-in-chief of the paratroopers. And apparently the IRA doesn't like that very much, the Irish Republican Army. So I want to look at some of these security concerns, and then we'll take a look at Harry and Skippy. Skippy was his best buddy. Skippy was his wingman. They were together for the naked billiards in Vegas. He was at that crazy party where Harry dressed like a Nazi. I mean, this guy was his best friend. And now they're very upset. Skippy is very upset at Harry. He said they made a big scene at his wedding. They wouldn't let people use their phones, and that's something that Meghan would do. Meghan cleared out Wimbledon, wouldn't let anybody photograph, she was like a total diva. That's not something Harry would do. But Harry's just being led around by Meghan. So let's look at first Harry and Meghan. Well, there's a female, Laura's over here. So we'll look at Meghan and Harry. Are they in greater danger now physically, now that they've left the royals? Meghan and Harry. And the threat was specifically against Harry. But let's look at each of them individually. Meghan, wow, she's got the devil. Harry. Okay, interesting. Well, the devil always shows up. I'm wondering if it's just Meghan energy or not. So are Meghan and Harry in greater danger because the specific threat was against Harry? Devil, Mercury, hamster wheel. So long distance communication of threats over the long term or the long distance. 2130, 8 diamonds. Devil is definitely a malicious person who's communicating threats. There is a threat against Meghan. Somebody really doesn't like Meghan. You have to just interpret it very straight. What's going on with Harry? Well, incubus, succubus, in the environment, woman can just be the environment, and many threats. So there are many dangers to Harry. Looks like there's a specific person. There's a malicious party that wants to harm Meghan. And stars how many stars are there in the sky? A lot. Okay, there's a whole bunch of people who want to hurt Harry. Okay, and we saw that they had 15 security people to guard 2 people plus a silicone doll that keeps changing size. So that seemed like a lot to me when I saw it, but now, and that's why we're looking at this, So there are a lot of threats against Harry and some against Meghan. Broken chalice, roadblock, broken relationships, and 7. 2 clubs. Yeah, so there are definitely threats against both Meghan and Harry. I asked if they're in greater danger. So there are specific credible threats. "77% of Canadians do not want to pay security costs for Harry and Meghan." Justin Trudeau offered. His chief budget guy immediately kicked back and said, that's a lot of money because it's millions of dollars a year for their security. Because these security guys, these close protection officers, they make like 80 grand a year. So it's a good job. Will Canadians foot the bill for Harry and Meghan's security? Because right now they have 15 officers and they're sending some of them out for coffee and bagels at this point. Will Canadians foot the bill for Harry and Meghan's security? There's money. Ooh. All right, so good relationship and over everything. 14, 17, 5 hearts. 5s are changed. We have 2 5s. We have 5 hearts, 5 clubs. On the fence. So yeah, they do want to pay. Justin Trudeau, he pledged to pay, and they want to keep the good relationship, with the Crown and with Harry and Meghan, but they're not royals. They're officially not royals. 10 spades, bad ending. The clever fox, business decisions, and it ends badly. 22, 27, cross, the permanent relationship. They're going to stop paying. Okay, so for now, they are paying. They want to keep a good relationship, but Canada's just not able to afford it because of all the terrible decisions they make. They're bringing all kinds of welfare recipients into their country right now. How does that help your country to bring a bunch of people who are going to go on the dole? It doesn't help your country. It's a really bad idea. Okay, so Harry and Meghan were passed over as godparents. Let's look at Harry and Skippy. How's their relationship? I mean, is it warming up? Because he seems kind of upset. And he's actually speaking out now. Harry. Skippy. Interesting throw. Yeah, because Skippy was just casting aspersions at Harry and Meghan, but maybe it's really just Meghan. So big change in the relationship, talking about a big change in the relationship. 4 hearts, friends, close relationships. 13, very solid. Couldn't be more solid. Big change to the very solid relationship. So, their relationship has changed, but it's, home, good buddies, like to hang out. 2 spades currently, going through a bit of a rough time. What's going on over here with Skippy? 2 diamonds, committed relationship. Things are changing. 24, 26, finger of God. Outside events have changed the relationship, but he's still, here's the baby. He's having his first baby with Laura, with this lady. So manifesting. So there's a little bit of a bump, but this is a very solid relationship. Look at how solid this relationship between Skippy and Harry is compared to the throws we get between Harry and Meghan. I mean, Harry and Meghan, they don't look like they're together at all. They look like the divorce is already in process. Harry and Skippy, they're good buddies. Very, very solid, very committed, close friends. So I think Meghan is the wedge that came between them. Harry and Skippy are still really close friends. And Skippy realizes that it's not Harry. And Harry's like, I'm really sorry. You know, I screwed up. What is Laura's opinion, Skippy's wife, what is Laura's opinion of Meghan? Is she really angry at Meghan? No. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, it's all underneath. Okay, so the media is creating some buzz here. Okay, what is Laura, Skippy's wife, her opinion of Meghan? Very solid, very rooted, working together. 9 and 11, 5 spades, blocked. Okay, they're very committed to a good relationship with, she's committed to a good relationship with Meghan. Underneath, but it's blocked, there's problems. Underneath we have the full stop, we have the snake, really deep-seated issues and hidden. So 1928, 7 spades. So they're really keeping a stiff upper lip, and they're not saying anything. So maybe all of this stuff that's come out in the paper, they really want, Skippy and Laura really want a nice relationship with Harry and Meghan, and they're just keeping their feelings to themselves. Well, that's interesting. We've got some interesting stuff going on here. Okay, so let's review. Are Meghan and Harry in more danger than they were? Meghan has someone specifically who is communicating threats to her. Okay, so there's someone specifically that is communicating threats to Meghan. This is communication. Okay, but they're far away. And there is a malicious actor. It could be Samantha in her wheelchair, because she filed ridiculous charges against Samantha. And Samantha would be arrested if she showed up in her wheelchair outside Kensington Palace or Frogmore. What about Harry? Harry has just a whole bunch of threats against him. He really can't afford to leave the royal family, okay, in his environment. He has too many to count. Okay, Meghan has a specific threat, but Harry has too many to count people that want to hurt him, which is interesting because Meghan is the incendiary one. She's the controversial one. Broken chalice and roadblock. A lot of bad relationships, a lot of obstacles. So there's a lot of people who really don't like the royal family, and they would be happy to hurt Harry especially, and Meghan, because Harry represents the royal family. And if you can lash out at Harry, then you can strike at the royal family. And that's what they're concerned about. Will Canada continue to pay for their security? For now, yes. Later, absolutely not. They're going to cut off all payment very soon for Harry and Meghan's security because they're not royals and they can't afford it. And that's the real issue, is that Canada can't afford it. Okay, what about Skippy and Harry's relationship? Skippy and Harry, very solid. I mean, very solid. This, you know, Harry and Skippy are a better couple than Harry and Meghan for sure. That's weird. But they just have a really good, solid friendship, and they really like each other. And it's whatever happens, they're going to continue to be friends. Okay, there's nothing breaking here. There's some minor problems. Okay, how about Laura and Meghan? On the surface, it's very solid. There's no suggestion of breaking or I don't want anything to do with you. It's all under the surface. So these relationships between Harry and Skippy and Laura are very solid, very, very solid. You know, Meghan is someone who discards people like a lot, but that's not the case with Harry, and that's very good. So I think Harry's going to be able to go back to the royals and slip back into his life, and people are really going to be kind to him. Yeah. When the divorce goes down, I think Harry's going to be okay. He's going to be able to come back to the royals, and he's going to be okay. That's how I see it. I'm Joseph Magi, author of Playing Card Divination, Fortune Telling, The Magi Method. Find the book worldwide on Amazon and Kindle and paperback versions. Find the full color card deck used here on Etsy/Magi Method. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe, and comment.